Okay, this is the logistics part of planetary interaction. I'll try to make this as brief as possible. I've got it all set up in space, in fleet. I've got a fleet hangar on one of my guys. The rest of them are in covert ops, really cheap cloakies. Um, covert op cloakies. Uh, you can export anywhere in the system. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate. Now, you can do your planetary interaction. I recommend you do it outside of importing and exporting. It takes too long and you get distracted. I would highly recommend having it at a 2 week rotation. Uh, way less stress. Way less stress. Alright, so we'll open pretty much all the customs offices. You can open them from anywhere inside the system. And just quickly go through them painlessly, transfer everything. Make sure you got enough money in each. I usually put 6 million each in my accounts to take care of it. I've recently done the exporting of my guys. Last week, I believe. So I don't have much. Yeah, as you can see, I can do every single one. I can export. The importing is when you want to, of course, be there in person. And for safety reasons, you're doing this cloaked or a deep safe spot. But since you're Omega, you can afford a cloak. You can't do Alpha. Be cloaked up while doing all this for all your characters. Get it all set up. It saves you time. Alright, so that's taken care of. Let's go to this guy. I believe this guy has... no, he doesn't. See, now I was having these guys set up somehow. Where was it? I think I had the fleet hangar, was it? I think it's probably smartest to have that there and then the fleet hangar there. Yes. Alright. Is there a hotkey for this? No, I don't think so, unfortunately. We got 1,000 mechanical parts. That's pretty good. I've got a lot of mechanical parts now, so I'm going to stuff it as full as I can. Well, we know this can't be more than an hour video. Alright. Yeah, you do this for each one. Makes it so you're not getting anything. The exporting, physical exporting, is much simpler. And the time on target is way less. Yeah, your window of vulnerability has to be as small as possible. I just had a scout enter system. They see the people in space and go check it out. He wasn't too interested. You just saw covert ops and a DST. Probably saw me cloak up right away. I might not even have seen that if I did it quick enough. It can get tedious, especially if you've got a lot of counts like this. Coolant, I find you need a lot of planets doing coolant and mechanical parts. You can never have enough mechanical parts. All right. Carry 9 and 10 I can safely ignore. The ice and I forget. Ice and what are they? Gas. 2 gases. Boo. As you can see, I've got my customs offices on the Logi tab. Very handy, of course, as you can no doubt guess. I just did silicon because, hey, lava and play around with profits for that, selling it straight up. As you can no doubt guess, this takes up most of the time. That's about it. That one. One more. I think I've just got 2 in the system for this one. So robotics. And there. This is why it's super handy to have everybody in the same system. I've got one in Faruni with my secondary alts. Make sure to never have your alts on your accounts, like each character on the same account does not have the same planets being colonized, because otherwise you can't keep track of who's mining where, and you could have overlap and really screw yourself over. Alright, so that's that, and I believe it was Predicus and Major Freak with the storm planets. Yeah, you can see it down here. That's set up. Alright, and what I do is I uncloak. There we go. And you'll notice that my occutor is less than 2,500, and the customs office is less than 2,500. It took a very long time, to set up these bookmarks. I'll uncloak this guy, and see, got them equidistant, and every one of them has got the octator at less than 25, but over 2,000, and the customs at over 2,000 less than 25. Quite the undertaking, but well worth it. I can hit F2 anytime I want and be safe instantly. So that is, yeah, that it's, besides, I mean, somebody comes in the system and knows you're going to cloak up. When they see all this stuff, they'll eventually get to know you, and that it's going to be very, very difficult to catch you. Okay, so let's get this started. Octator fleet hangar. Drag it right in there. Done. Drag it right in there. Done. Let's go to Planet 2. Oops. So I've got my bookmark folders all open. Very handy for not only warping but approach. Also, PI 101. Close out your customs office. Tends to get confusing. They don't close. Approach. Everybody approach the bookmark. The only tedious thing now is to reopen the fleet hangar. It's okay. It's the way I've found to be the most efficient. But as you can see, it takes forever. Yeah, when you got this many guys, yeah, it's much. Oh, got to transfer. Silly me. All right, there you go. Let's see real quick, and nothing there, so all good. And 3,000. Wow. Okay, that's done there. I'm gonna close it out. I could probably cut this step out, 5 clicks out, by just opening the next one. Because it's such a routine that we probably get away with that without getting confused. But I prefer the foolproof method. We're almost halfway done. Yeah, just keep this conveyor belt so it's routine. You can watch local. It's no big deal. No sweat. Do it in a clockwise fashion. There you go. And a couple parts. Now, reopen the fleet hangar. So that pretty darn close to maximum range on the transfer. I've got it all right. Oops. Might be smart to So the mechanical parts for that guy and the mechanical part for this guy. We'll want to top off. Now, let's go in and check how much we can get away with stuffing in there. I believe so. It's almost a quarter full. I want to get that a half full. It's what, 4,000? Let's try 5,000. Ooh, running out of cash there. Ooh. Alright, so it's done there. And math, second math, so 3, 8, 40. There we go. And that's 3/4. That's pretty good. I'm going to go with that. Awesome. Exit out of there. Sweet. Now, D's getting kind of full, but I think we can push it.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
I'm assuming this video is going to be probably one of my longest. Let's forget. Okay, 4030. Oops. Let's go for cash. There you go, 5,000. Perfect. Robotics. Leave one of these. I think both of them are. No, they're enriched uranium. Might be SOL for more mechanical parts. Nope, 280, but I don't think that's enough. I will be short for minor freak on this one. No big deal, I guess. Yeah, you gotta shuffle your stuff around. Get as close as possible. There we go. Pretty close. As you can see, once you've got the exporting done, it doesn't take that long to do the rest.
Warp drive active.
And minor freak has 6. We're just going to lava right now. And Raintaniel does not need to go to anymore. So she'll bugger off for safety.
Warp drive active.
At this point, we've shown the most important things, so I don't think we have to belabor this any longer. I was kind of hoping for a neutral to come into system. As you can see, I'm in position and ready to cloak up at an instant's notice. Thank you. More silicon. Hello. Oh, orbiting. Hello. Thank you. Alright. Go 6. See my listings. It's number 6 is the last one, I believe, for everybody. Nope. We've still got minor freak for a few more, and I believe blurred out for Hereticus.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, the same amount, 6, 7, and 8 for the just for 2 of them. So this will go really quick now. Approach. Yeah, it's just repetitive motions. You can watch local. You got D-scan up, ready to go. You'll see them appear at the very top. Approaching. Yeah, they're approaching. Coordinate. Good, good, good. Open the customs office. Yeah, the only danger is local being camped, but I know what times the hostiles are camping and when they're sleeping. So. Pretty smooth. And they have never caught me. So that's a plus. Because remember, if they shoot you once, they know what you're doing. And they think you're easy prey. But if you make yourself an elusive target, they are seriously not going to bother with you. Why should they? They're wasting their time. They want easy kills, not frustration. Because believe me, if I frustrate them, I'm going to be around to remind them. Okay, so those guys are done. Get them docked up. Research. Hey, close by. Right on.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
And it's just minor freak left for 7 and 8 with Seneche.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking
Yeah, the
request.
ability
Warp
to
drive
keep everything
active.
together really helps later when you're trying to transfer it out,
Docking
or
permission
you know,
requested.
import it
Docking
to another
request accepted.
facility like mechanical parts. Super helpful, and the other guys are very mobile and can get into position really quickly. You've only got one vulnerable, so minimize the weak points. Location. Location. Oh, ha, lol. There you go. Last but not least, Planet 8.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Personally, I should really get rid of the lava and go for coolant for Planet 7 and 8 for Hereticus and Major Freak. Because I found I actually really need a lot of coolant. Well, I find I need to have a lot of planets doing coolant in order to meet the need, which is probably the truer sense. Approach. Open. Open, approach. Keep an eye on local. Open fleet hangar. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. See? You got it set up. Takes a freaking ton of time. So worth it. So absolutely worth it. Alright, and that's done for 5 characters. With 5 planets each. Well, Rantaniel's got another planet in another system, but that's it. So that's how much time it takes to do everything. It's well worth setting up right and doing right, because it's unbelievable the amount of stress that's incurred when you're trying to do it safely. And
active.
there's Russians about who are really good at hot dropping, and really, well, I'd say really experienced at hot dropping. I wouldn't say good when you're dropping on frigates, but that's the Russians for you. There. Done. And that's, I do this every month, so this once a month I have to force myself into it. And now that I've got tertiary alts now, doing mechanical parts in a high-sec system nearby, I can really load up the mechanical parts and let the robotics take care of themselves. And that's the one bottleneck for fuel production, is the robotics. Once you've got everything down, it's always the robotics. That's always the crunch.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And that'll be the end of the video. Woohoo, 1,000. Awesome. Stack that up. Nice. I tend not to, I tend to be very careful about balancing my PI so I don't get an overflow of metals. I'll also route everything to the silos so I can see that overflow. Yeah, it rarely happens. I've only got, what, 10,000 cubic meters of surplus that I don't like having to happen. I'll switch out extractor heads to prevent that. It's a bothersome, tedious logistical part of it that I don't want to have anything to do with. Okay, thanks.